Welcome. You have reached review time with Imperial. Today's review will be Malcolm and Mary, starring John David Washington and Zendaya. Let's get into it. Now, when I seen this trailer, I didn't really know what to expect. We always see Zendaya in movies where she is played, her character is like more like in a teenage type role. This is the first movie that I actually seen her in where she's playing more of an adult role, young woman, and she did fine. John David Washington, which is the son of Denzel Washington, acting was phenomenal. This movie was shot in black and white, and it was just them two. It was shot during the pandemic, and earlier on in the pandemic it was shot, and the whole movie is just them two. And one night, after he had a movie premiere where he wrote a film, and you can see right off the back that she's not feeling him. He's all excited. He was getting good reviews of his movie, and her expression while he's excited is showing. She can't hide it. So you find out that she was upset because he gave a thank you speech after his praises. He thanked everybody but her. Now, whoever wrote that, I guess those type things happen. But I've seen plenty of people give announcements, and next to God and next to their mom, and they either put their wife, significant other right there, or they come back at the very end and give it. Whatever reason, we never see the speech, but he failed to mention her and his thank yous, and he remembered that he didn't do it, and so he spoke to her and pretty much like, yo, I apologize. And at the time, she went with him and she was okay with it. But the more she thought of it, and she was at I guess, walking around the room, everybody was talking about him, she began to get more and more frustrated. Now, the story that he wrote was basically based upon her life. And then they got this back and forth. The acting was good between both characters. Now, of course, you're probably going to get other people who are going to really dissect this whole movie on every little piece that they were talking about. But in a nutshell, that's what she was upset about. And she broke down how much he pretty much doesn't appreciate her. That's why he was able to forget her and his thank you speech. Then he pretty much broke down to her that, that he's with her. When he found her, she was 20 years old, on drugs. He helped her get through her stages of drugs, and even when she relapsed and went and slept with another man, he still stayed by her, stayed with her, and he was with her at her meetings and stuff like that, drug rehab meetings. So, they had a lot of back and forth going on the whole time, and he was going through his phase where she was saying he really ain't that creative. He really got his information based upon her, and that he's going to get, the reviews that he's getting is based upon people gonna like him and people not gonna like him or whatever, and find out he's not really authentic. So they had a lot of back and forth, and then the end result was pretty much they had like war words. They were taking shots at each other as couples that love each other do, but and you see couples that go through that all the time, and they be right back with each other. but that's not necessarily, in my opinion, that's like a toxic relationship, because when every time you get mad with somebody that you're gonna say stuff piercing to them that's to the core, that can destroy them, because you can destroy them because you're closest to them, so you know they're deep sleepers and stuff like that. And that's kind of the things that they were attacking each other with. And he shed tears, she shed tears, and they kind of made up a little bit. But you know, um, then you really didn't know. And they woke up the next morning, and he was looking for her, and she was out looking off at the like the hill. I guess they lived on the hill or something. She was just looking off, and he went out there to talk to her. And that's how I ended. You know what I'm saying? So overall, the acting was good for just to be just two people the whole movie carrying on a conversation, arguing back and forth, breaking down how each of them make each other feel, and how the other one may not be appreciating the other one, what the other one do for each other. So overall, it's a decent film. Out of my 4-star rating system, I'm gonna give this movie a 2.5 out of 4 stars because of the acting. I think John David Washington, he did real phenomenal in his acting. And Zendaya, she didn't do bad at all. And I guess it was good to see her in a different type of role other than the teenage roles you used to seeing her playing in. And this should probably land her more roles that's more adult films versus the teenage roles you've been seeing her in. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment if you've seen the movie and what you think about it. What's your take? It'd be interesting to see how other people rate this movie. I think the acting by John David Washington. I know Denzel has to be proud to see his son out there, and a good actor like that. And you know, and you don't really, and that's not really. He might get opportunities off of Denzel, but he's his own person. Versus you see somebody, they only in a position because of who their family is, or whatever. Like, before we all knew who he actually was, we had already liked him as an actor when he was on that show Ballers, and then we found out that's Denzel's son. We were like, oh snap, and whatever. But nevertheless, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Till next time.